So changing the society dynamics to stop the wicked. Yes, the situation is not hopeless. This is why we come here every Saturday to teach you what you should know so that we bring the change that we require. We need to change certain societal dynamics to stop the wicked. If you leave those societal dynamics like that, the wicked will not stop because it is not in their nature to stop. They are the wicked. That's why they're the wicked. They don't want to stop. You will make them to stop. So giving power back to the people, yes, to the public, to the community, to the indigenous people, to the majority, give them back power through self-determination and true democracy, not democracy that they will say in the mouth, real democracy. Democracy is power of the government of the people, for the people, by the people. That is true democracy. The people will be in charge. The public will be in charge. The owners of the land will be in charge. And that is what Nina's template is all about. For those that are running up and down looking for freedom, outside Nina's template, you are just going to fall into the hands of the wicked because you don't even know what you are fighting. You don't even know. So another thing is returning the people's voice to them through genuine referendum. What is referendum? The multi-regional referendum that we are talking about. It will accommodate all ethnic and religious diversity that we have. It is one man, one vote. It's not the one that Iwanya Hakeni will go and speak and send on the Ohana Fulani or Ohana Ohana representing in the Igbo. That's not the type of thing we are talking about. It's not by size, it's by brain. So through genuine referendum, we mean that the people's voice will be returned to them and they will speak how it is done, how it is going to be done. That's how you have practiced democracy. Democracy is not when you will go and call your girlfriend and your boyfriend and you go to a hotel, take champagne and you finish, you bring constitution. That's not how it's done. So massive public enlightenment and campaign to defeat ignorance, fear, and intimidation. Because somebody can only intimidate you when you don't know your rights, when you don't know what you're supposed to know.
When you don't have the accurate information.
You don't have the accurate information. So come on board. There will be massive, and this is part of what we're doing. That's what we say, help us to share, like, subscribe, hit the like button so that this message will go out to the people. Massive public enlightenment is what we're doing. It's campaign we are running. That's the only thing that can defeat ignorance. Use information to you don't shoot ignorance gone. You don't get gone and the power to ignorance. No. Information is what you use to defeat ignorance. It took years of slow progress and multidimensional manipulation and spread of lies, propaganda, and disinformation to get our society to this wicked level that we are. So it's going to take our collaboration and collective participation and being very intentional and sincere to get the change we desire. That's what we say, share. You're part of this team. It's a teamwork. We are working together. You will join us so that we will get this work done. And everybody will hear this message. This message will go out and spread to everyone. We must be sincere in what we're doing. So we set up a system made and operated by the peoples. Yes, we need to set up that system made and operated by the people. Who are the people? The indigenous peoples, the owners of the various ancestral lands, assets, and resources we have in that geographical expression called Nigeria. The people are the ones that will make it. It's not Ozokome. Ozokome. That's the man Ozokome. Ozokome. That son they call Ozokome. 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 Ozokome in Igbo land. He's always doing another wrong thing. They always, I will tell you that by their name, you will know them. Ozokome. When you see Ozokome come out, you see, getting Kosolime now. Ozokome. It's not the one that they will go and bring confab and cook it together and bring one fat book and one this thing and say, we are presenting Kozumada. We are presenting the new constitution. Who trained these people in this law school that they went to? And they even call themselves advocate of Ndara. Does it even make sense? Who told you that that's how constitution is made? This is first class in jurisprudence. How come you missed that class, Osokome? How did you miss that class? So the people will make the system and they will operate the system. That's why they are voting in the first instance. That's why it's not by selection. It's the people that we vote. That means they are voting the people that will lead them. So that's the way it is. It's the people-made system. It's the people-operated system. That's the only way we begin to have dynamics that will stop the wicked. It is true people-made, people-driven, and people-accepted ratification. It's called it ratification, constitution, which is ratification. I'll take that again. The system we're talking about is true people-made, people-driven, people-accepted constitutional order or arrangement and societal reforms. That's what you call ratification. That means they will, even if you get people that speak English to write it, the people is their opinion that is written inside it. That means they will meet, decide, say this is what we want, and they will tell Oda to write it. Lawyers, you are like Oda. So when you hear constitutional lawyer doesn't mean that he's the one that now thinks out the things that the people want and say it for them. No. It's because it has to be written in English in a particular way. So the people will meet and say this is what we want. Then you write it down for you. That's why you're a constitutional lawyer. Not to represent the people that has not gone to meet our ancestors so that they will ask him how far with what he did again to rope his people into danger. He will organize there. So that you're a constitutional lawyer doesn't mean you will go into a hotel with your girlfriends and then think out rubbish and write it and say it's what the people have said. That's not it. It's like somebody taking secretary. It's a secretary in a meeting. You're taking the agenda meeting and the people are talking. You're writing what they're talking. You're recording it after you produce it in minutes of the meeting. It is not your own idea that you put inside there. I remember in those days when our grandparents could not read English, they will write letters to their sons. They will bring someone that can read English, say, "I'm bail him like this, write like this, tell him like this, tell him like this." Some things that he will tell you to write, you will say, "Papa, you said I should write it." Say, "Write it like that, send it to him." That's what I said. It's not your own opinion. It's the opinion of the papa that is telling you to write. That's what we're saying. In constitution making, it's not the opinion of the constitutional lawyer. It is the opinion
of the National Assembly.
Or National Assembly. It's the opinion of the people. There's no way the people can write their damnation and say it's the constitution that you lead them. Does that make sense to you, my people? That's why we know that is not our people that wrote 1999 constitution. We cannot be the author of our own damnation. We are not mad now. We are not crazy. So making of an implementation of rule of law, we're telling you about the changes that you need in the dynamics of a society that will stop the wicked. From constitution making, you now make rule of law, and then from rule of law, you begin to bring institutions that will implement these laws. It's a process. It's not jam. No, it's a process. So putting in place a reward system that encourages and ensures good behavior and being accountable, all these things will be recorded in the constitution or charter of relationship. They will discuss it by themselves and say, okay, it's like this, like this. If you put it like this and put it like this, so that people will not come and cheat us and run with our resources or do whatever. These are the things that they will put down. It will be written. Their thoughts, their opinions, their ideas will be written down after they have met and discussed and say, this is what we want. It will be their own opinion that will be represented. And that's why we say we need to put in place a system made by the people and operated by the people. That's the only way you can stop the wicked. Join Nina's campaign for a better tomorrow. Nina's campaign is against the prevailing wickedness in the land. If you are crying against wickedness and you are not joining Nina's, then you are a hypocrite. Dele Farah to me or Fatomi or whatever he calls himself, that one with bushy hair. Sometimes it looks like Ndibo. See, You saying, oh, if you are in Nigeria and you have opportunity to travel out, then you are insane. Me, I'm insane too. We already knew you were insane since. So, you telling us we already knew, because you have to be insane to be a lawyer and not knowing that you'll be part of Nina's campaign. If you're a lawyer and you're saying that, oh, Nigeria is not good, this is a, and you're not part of the campaign, you must be something with some touchy somewhere in your head, because it's obvious. So that's why we are saying that we need to work together. We need to collaborate together. We make statements, some changes, some statements during the week that that works with what we're saying. By Lower Niger Congress, posted by Tony Nadi, January 10th, 2021. How many years ago? Those who blocked the voyage to Aburi in 1967 and commandeered the sinking ship of the Nigerian state to the port of Abuja have landed Nigeria by default at Araba terminus. I don't know if this is, are you people understanding? Those who blocked the voyage to Aburi, what happened in Aburi 1967? It was supposed to be confederation. The people gathered and said, that was before the Biafra genocide, 1967. People gathered and said, this is what we do, so that we can represent all the diverse ethnic nationalities that we have in our midst. We cannot deny it. We are diverse in who we are. It's okay.
It's okay.
And it's okay. Yes, it's okay. See my Isiagu. You're saying it. I'm standing up so that you see my Isiagu in case you're not seeing it very well. It's my national identity. It's national identity for Ndi Igbo, the Igbo nation that was existing before Lord, you say Lord Lugard, it's not Lord. Criminal Lugard created what you call Nigeria. Igbo nation had existed over 5,000 years. The same thing with Yoruba nation. The same thing with Ijo. The same thing with Robo, Isheke, all these nations. And these marauders, called colonizers, went round and signed treaties with them, knowing that they were different entities. We were different entities, and we are still different entities. But we can work together if we agree. Not by your gun, not by putting gun on my head. No, we will discuss, and then we'll put the terms and conditions on the paper. We write it and sign it. Then we can work together. You cannot use your brothers to come and destroy my existence, my identity, and think that I will allow you. I will not let you be. This is just the beginning. We are just beginning. We are just I know beans, my Nancy. We are just beginning, my people, because this is what Ninas have been preaching, that power and sovereignty needs to go back to the people, the owners of the land. So those that try to block all this we're explaining, since 1967, that the people came together and said, we're going to go with confederation, not even federation, confederation. They said that act, that they have moved Nigeria to Araba. Araba is what they call Mbuliko. To your thanks, O Israel. That Araba terminus. We had 52 years since 1967 to restore Nigeria to its federal foundations, but wickedness and greed prevailed. Now we have landed ourselves where we didn't plan to be, and we are saying, for the interest of our children, for the interest of peace and tranquility, for the interest of progress, for the interest of development, for the interest of living in the world as we should, it is time for us to do the right thing. Abuja is gone. We must now choose between Aburi and Araba. We'll say it again. Abuja is gone, because you people have by yourself destroyed Abuja. Nobody's in Abuja. Nothing is happening there. That's why everything is happening everywhere, because your so-called fake hijack federation is destroyed. by your own hands. It's not, we're not even the ones that destroy. You destroy, because when you decide to market a fake product, that fake product will never become real. If you market a lie, no matter how that lie spread, it will not become truth. So Abuja is gone. We must choose between Aburi, which is confederation, and Araba. You see, Abuja is unitarism. When they say we are one Nigeria, we are not one. You say we are Abum Igbo, Abum Igbo, Abum Igbo, Abum Igbotic, and there's nothing you can do about it. I eat Igbo, live Igbo, dress Igbo. I so much love my Igbo-ness. You saw social media, you see our children all over the world. It's like they're showing their Igbo-ness, and it will be increasing.
My daughter has had this, and she said an Igbo babe.
Okay. Okay. Anybody,
you're not Nigeria, you are definitely an Igbo babe.
Nobody is a Nigerian. Nigeria does not have entity, does not have national identity, has nothing. Is a fake product from colonial masters. It will go the way it came. We have remained who we were. And you find that even in discussion, that's why you see us fighting all the time. In a discussion, any discussion you throw up, everybody will just separate it. Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa. Everybody will just be discussing from their own point of view, because that's the truth. That's our truth. That's who we are. There's nothing anybody can do about it. In our homes, we eat Igbo food. We don't eat Nigerian food. There's no Nigerian food. It has to be Yoruba food, Igbo food, Ijaw food. These are our people, and we respect them. We respect ourselves, we respect them. All we're saying is that we have to have mutual respect, mutual love, and then we work together. So Abuja tried to fake us, say one Nigeria. There's nothing like that. That's the greatest lie ever told. He died with 1999 Constitution, because 1999 Constitution represents that lie that was told against the people. That's why it's marked red. It's destroyed. You can't build on lies. It's like building on quicksand. So we are left with two now. Aburi, which is confederation, or Araba, which is dissolution. You see where it will dissolve into ethnic components. Everybody, to your tents, O Israel. That's what it is. I will stop here and allow my sister to finish up. I think it's a good place to stop, right?
Yes, so Abuja is gone, and we must now choose between Aburi and Araba. I love that. We should actually put this as part of our Tuesday, Twitter Tuesday, and share this information. So if you are going to church, if you are going to all these fake religious institutions and they are telling you stories, they're now sharing this information about how you can become economically viable, how you can survive, how your children will have a future, not based on God, they're waiting for God. In a place where there's a reason for anybody to have a future. They are building schools, they are building jobs, they are building roads, they are building hospitals. If you are not seeing that, you live in a place that is going to unalive you before you know, because you're not moving forward. The only thing, you're becoming a nuisance. The only thing for them to do is to discharge you from the land so they can continue to steal the resources. And the last time we checked, nobody's doing all of that. The other one, they wake up one day, they decide they need to knock down all the people Igbo thread location, because that's the only place they can build a road. Oh, all manner of nonsense without giving them a replacement. We are all for progress. You want to upgrade your area. The right things to do, or the right thing to do, is to allow those people to relocate in a place that will also leave them economically viable. But what do? Because they are Igbo, they don't belong to you, you're in your own space, you're not a Nigerian, you discharge your businesses. And we're telling you, our people, that we must transition now to put an end. There's no need to be calling God. He's not listening to you. The God is eating coconuts and okra. And you know how that thing makes noise. When you're chewing ijogom, you can't hear very well. Our God is chewing okra and coconut, and he's not listening to your whining, because that's what you're doing. You are whining. If you want God to help you, tell him, God, I've agreed with Ninas. Ninas is right. We need transition. Pastor, why are you not preaching about transition? Okorobia that are meeting for age group and age grade, are meeting for this meeting and this meeting, village meeting. As we are here now, people are planning for their annual convention. If you are not talking about transition for us to have a great future for our people, you are lying to yourself. You gathering yourself because you live in Houston, Texas, you can gather in one hotel and pretend like you're doing convention and raise $22,000 and build a locker. You are wasting the time of our people. If you truly want change, change that is impactful, change that they will give them a life that they desire. You saw our children from CKC or Nature how they won some type of competition that they went to. Our children are smart. They are ready to take on the international arena. They are ready to challenge everybody in STEM and science and all this stuff. But we are here playing games because we don't understand what the issues are. So we must transition now. Transition now. It does not have to be bloody. It can be bloodless because we have brains and we are going to use it to do the right thing. As soon as we are done with transition, we allow people to, everyone, because that's one thing a lot of people cannot comprehend. They can't comprehend that it's okay for their gate man to be a human being. They can't comprehend that it's okay that the maid that you beat up every morning, you wake up because your husband is sleeping with all the girls in the neighborhood. You can't comprehend that it's okay for that girl to have rights. We are asking you to begin to accept it now. Open your brain that your one boy, your maid, is not going to be a punching bag for your frustrations in your marriage. That your gate man will not always be your gate man, that maybe one day he will rise up and start a business and leave your gate for you. Because the right things must be done. So once we go through plebiscite and referendum, then there will be the new constitutional order. So this is similar to the Nina's Point proposition that we just put in a different way for you, because sometimes it may be convoluted on the other side, but at least with these steps, you can see exactly how it's done. It's a simple 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 will land us in a place that will give us what we've been asking for. It's a no-brainer. And let's look at our take.
Yes. Before your take-home point, my dear,
yes.
Can I add? We want to take out more time to thank our brother, Pastor Emmanuel Bosun, because as we call our religious leaders, when they do the right thing, we come back to say, kudos, this is what you should be doing. So the National Christian Elders Forum just had a press conference on Thursday, 11th April, that just passed 2024, and they have declared support for Nina's, for indigenous people.
Ninas is right once again, yes.
So this is what we're saying. No matter what you're pushing in the land, that thing you are pushing it for the people. So, and the people are the indigenous peoples, and they are the owners of the land and the resources. So they are the ones that need to take back their sovereignty. They are the ones that need to bring down 1999 Constitution and bring out a new constitutional order, how they want to live. Then, if you're not a Christian, you can now pray to God in peace. If you're a Muslim, you can worship in peace. If you're a traditionalist, you can worship in peace. Whatever it is that is your belief system, whatever it is that is what you want to do, there is peace in the land. You can conveniently now do it. That's what we're saying. 1999 Constitution needs to go down so that we will bring out a new constitutional order and new constitutional arrangement so that we deal with insecurity, deal with kidnapping, deal with hijacking, deal with banditry, deal with hunger, deal with lack of infrastructure, deal with all these things. And then when you're worshiping God, you worship God in spirit and in truth. Is this not simple?
Thank you, Pastor. You just want to return your dignity to yourself. So that you're not waiting for food to come to the IDP camp for you to feed your children. You're not waiting for the pastor to find it, within his heart to bring you guys a bag of rice so that you can, especially for our men, that will have to feel so helpless to watch your family struggle and you have no way to help them out. It's a killer. It's a killer of men. Men thrive in a place where they can take care of their families. And if you are denying them that and keeping them in a camp somewhere and bringing them rice, you're evil. So we need to fix it and its totality so that people can live life with dignity.